Hello, crypto friends. Checking in on the sector before we get into it. Just a heads up that for the Trader Pro alert system, we've added a bunch of tickers to the Binance platform, US dollar pairings. We're going to keep adding a whole bunch of tickers that people have been requesting, but a nice big dump of new tickers here to be looking for all you altcoin traders. And just a reminder, we're still running that promo, 20% off for 3 months. Code is UPTREND2020, and we're running that for one more day. So checking in on Bitcoin, daily inside bar bull break happened here just recently. Not surprising, S&P 500 had a big solid green day today. So we had a tightening range break bullish, which now means we just look for a daily lower high compared to 97.92. That is about 5% from where we currently stand. And a loss of the 4-hour higher lows will be the indication that our daily lower high has been set. So for now, $9,014 is the most important support level on the 4-hour chart. And as long as that level holds, the 4-hour higher lows will remain intact. So we're watching for a loss of the 4-hour higher lows to indicate a daily lower high compared to 97.92. We had a bear break of 88.95 support, no real bear follow through on that support level breaking. So in the end, the weekly time frame is very similar to how it has been the past couple of weeks, and it's very similar to the S&P 500. Bitcoin had a bear break over the weekend, that drop that was less than $100 under support, and the S&P 500, I highly suggest watching my market videos that I put out daily because we are tracking a 2-day tightening range on the S&P 500 that, in my opinion, the direction that this breaks is going to have significant implications on how July trades in both the S&P 500 and stocks, and probably translating into the cryptocurrency space as well. The Bitcoin dominance chart held a double bottom, 65.58. That level did break by a couple pennies, but that's not enough, so we're calling that a double bottom. And as far as resistance goes, we broke resistance, but it's a double top. So we broke resistance with no notable follow through, support with no notable follow through. Here we are right in the middle of that range. We are currently 66 cents from resistance, and we are currently 60 cents, a little bit less, above support. So, still tight, still sideways. Bears had the chance to prove another leg down, and they failed to do so. And looking at it on the 4-hour perspective, we can see a big spike up and then just a slow fade. So what was happening here, that is when Bitcoin over the weekend saw that bear break. So utilizing that information, I can say, okay, that tells me that the altcoins dumped faster than Bitcoin did on this bear break, but this fade also tells me that the altcoins have bounced more significantly than Bitcoin since that bottom was hit. So basically just more volatility in both directions, but a more significant bounce as well. ETH/USD daily inside bars, just like Bitcoin, breaking bullish. We're looking for a daily lower high compared to 230.66. The difference here, no difference. We did have a bear break, just tiny follow through as well. Looking for the daily lower high on the loss of the 4-hour higher lows. Our last 4-hour higher low is 220.98 as we watch for the daily lower high. ETH/BTC weekly time frame, bull break with no follow through. This is definitely a red flag, but we are still holding support. If from here, if we were to drop down and break 24.26, definite red flag on the bull break with no follow through straight into a bear break. So still have not seen the bear break, but we did get a bull break straight into a pullback. So never want to see that when you're a bull. And right now it's very correlated to the US dollar pairing. Inside bar bull break, just looking for a lower high compared to 2534. And the worst case scenario for the Ethereum bulls would be a daily lower high and lower low, breaking 2426 support and 2427, that double bottom. Still holding on for now, but just barely. LTC continues to be one of our weakest names. Let's just look at Litecoin and XRP, who we have been calling our weakest crypto names for a long time now. The weekly time frame for LTC BTC, we had a support level at 4461. That broke. So it's just back to free fall. Lowest prices we've seen in years. LTC, XRP, BTC is going to be the same story. Just free fall. If we are looking bearish, there's definitely correlation between these coins and Bitcoin, but that correlation has been a bearish correlation for a very, very long time, for months and months and months. Which means, in general, when Bitcoin goes up, they go up less, and when Bitcoin drops, they drop more. That's definitely simplifying things a bit, but on the whole, on the big picture, that is what it is showing us. So LTC USD is doing the same thing as Bitcoin, but here we have a perfect example. We haven't broken the inside bar bullish yet. We're right there, and we probably will, but it's weaker. We've got resistance at 43.55, 44.60, very clear daily lower highs. These daily lower highs on Litecoin have been intact for a month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily lower highs, very clear for the bears. Weekly has been a tightening range and an equilibrium, and the must-hold weekly support is 39.34, and that broke. Again, no bear follow-through, but it is technically speaking a weekly lower high and lower low. XRP is pretty much the same story. Inside bar has not broken bullish yet. The weekly time frame broke weekly support of 1802. We're in a weekly downtrend. Our monthly lower high has very convincingly been set. It actually wasn't even a big enough bounce for a monthly lower high. These are the two weakest names that we cover. Binance bounce underway on the daily. Anything under 1665, just a daily lower high. Weekly chart. Trying to maintain the weekly higher lows. Need to change the daily trend back to the bulls for a weekly higher low to be set. We've been in a very clear daily downtrend for a month at this point. Same as a lot of other names. XTZ USD. Same kind of bounce. Just looking for the daily lower high compared to 286. We know we're watching the 4-hour uptrend for the indication of our top of the bounce being set. And bigger picture here, weekly time frame key support was 226, and it's a double bottom at that level. We're on the verge of breaking it. And XTZ was definitely one of the weaker names, more so in the middle of the road. We have our strong names, middle of the road names, and weaker names, XTZ and Binance, both in the middle of the road. BATUSD has been a lead bull for quite some time. Climax top with volume and a bearish reversal candle, pulling back and looking for a daily higher low compared to 239. Inside bar currently forming. That inside bar has to break bullish for the daily higher low to be set. If I'm an aggressive bull, I'm bottom fishing that current low of 253 and hoping that this daily exponential 12-period support is going to hold for that daily higher low to form. That being said, that resistance of 302 is so far away, we're watching for a daily lower high to be the result of the bounce once this daily higher low does form. Link USD has been a lead bull. It's still in a daily uptrend, but again, size of this pullback from 496, we are just looking for a daily lower high on this bounce. Anything under 496 is that daily lower high. And the weekly time frame certainly very strong here as well. So it's been, for the most part, consistent with Link and BAT as lead bulls, with ETH as well. And we've got Bitcoin in its own category being the king, XRP LTC clearly the weakest, and BNB and XTZ in the middle of the road. So bigger picture, how the S&P 500 breaks is going to have notable implications in my opinion, and we're watching for lower highs on daily timeframes on all these names. And what we're watching for in the short term is, does the daily bounce create enough space for a daily trend change to try and take place? If we top out here at 9,250, the answer is no. Odds of a bear drop are higher. If the bulls make their way up to 9,500, then they're creating a lot of space for the daily higher low to then try and form. So if I want to be a patient bull, an aggressive bull was getting in on this bounce on the shorter term time frames. A patient bull is waiting for enough space and then entering for a higher low and putting their stop under the previous low to have some nice limited risk, looking for the daily trend change setup. We'll take it one day at a time as always and see how significant of a bounce we can get from here before we lose the 4-hour uptrend. Appreciate you watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Do good things. You got blue oyster mushrooms in a bag. You poke a hole in the bag and these are already growing really fast. I looked at them earlier this morning and it was not like that. Garden greens going in soup. 21 hours later. 24 hours later. Another 24 hours later. 10 hours later.